You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Big Tips Texas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Big Tips Texas After Show.
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I hadn't been to Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
All right, guys, welcome to another after show at AfterBuzz TV for Big Tips Texas on MTV. We're in episode 2 titled Marketing Mayhem, and boy, was it mayhem in tonight's episode because we found out who got the job, and it wasn't our beloved Kristyn.
Not at all.
No, and I think it was kind of harsh how Typhani presented who was going to be taking over the position. What did you guys think about it?
I lost so much respect for Typhani today, I have to say. I really did. Nobody else?
How much respect did you have for Typhani in the first place?
Well, okay, I did think that she was one of the mature ones, and I did have respect for her in the beginning. I did lose at the end of last episode, but this time she's not my favorite, that's all I'll say.
She's on your bad list, like Amber would say.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like she brought in somebody like from another corporate job somewhere. Like they weren't even a part of the family of all the girls there.
She probably took somebody that actually had, maybe more education but Kristyn did graduate, right? Or she didn't at all? We don't know.
Graduate what?
From
She has a
college?
marketing degree.
Yeah, she has
said
a
that.
marketing degree. Well, maybe this girl has her master's and is one step ahead of Kristyn. I don't know. But you guys, please introduce yourself because I didn't do that. And we have one guest joining the panel tonight that is new. So please introduce yourself.
I'm Jen LaForte. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. We're excited.
And I am McKenzie Fayne.
And I'm Scott Narver.
And I'm Gabrielle Loren. Anyways, back to the marketing job. So Typhani announced it in front of all the girls, which is kind of rude and ridiculous. I don't know. I'm not used to people letting you know if you didn't get the job, but sometimes it does happen where they'll kind of consult you first. And being that she's been around for a little bit, you'd think that maybe she'd get the respect and decency that Typhani hopes for her girls to have, and it be a back and forth type of relationship. But it seems like both girls don't respect each other at all.
No way. It was very catty, to say the least. And
I'm glad you said that. It kept floating through my head the entire
Did it?
This is so catty.
Right? And I mean, I don't want to keep, stabbing at Typhani because we'll see what happens these next few episodes, but she really went down like to the bottom. Amber's bail above her at this point in my mind, and it's just funny because she did not come off that way. Her first impression to me was completely different.
Yeah, she seems like she's on a big power trip right now. And she's just, taking advantage of all these girls and just really doesn't care.
I don't know why I don't trust her and Tinker's relationship very much at all.
It's that kiss from the last episode.
Yes.
That's
forehead
what's got
kiss.
you.
It's funny.
It did.
It's weird.
I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't see it.
I mean, I don't think he's gay or anything. Like, he has a
No.
gorgeous girlfriend, and he's running a bar with, like, naked girls running around all over the place.
Right.
So either he's cheating or it's something else. I don't know.
How old is he? I want to know that. And she's obviously young, but doesn't he look a lot older?
He does look older, yeah.
He looks like he's almost 40.
I would
Maybe
think so.
even.
I agree with that.
We're
I
like
mean, not
late
that that's a big
30s.
deal, but
Or yeah. I
You
don't
know, but people say in your 30s you kind of are content with where you're at and you're finally at a
you're
point in your
not.
life. No, not for you, Scott. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, maybe in a year. You never know. Give it some more time. time.
Yeah, when I'm 31.
Did you just turn 30?
No.
Recent?
No.
So it's not your birthday?
Nor am I 30.
Well, maybe this next birthday we'll celebrate your 29th.
And yes, and
So
then
we'll give you another
I'll
year.
find some lovely lady and I'll just kiss her on the forehead insincerely.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad. I know you guys are hating a little bit on the
know.
Tiffany Tinker relationship, but what guy's name is Tinker anyways?
That's
Can we talk
terrible.
about that?
It sounds like there's a story behind that, and not a good one.
There has to be, yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't gone into any of their names. You even mentioned how Tiffany's name is spelled very weird also. And I think one of the fans commented about that also, too.
Yeah, it's spelled like, phonetically, and I think that's, I don't know. It's just, I've never seen it like that before.
Interesting
Typhani?
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
I don't really
It's like
it.
Typhani or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. But you know what? I kind of like it. I like the
I don't.
uniqueness and the difference, no?
No, I mean, my sister's name is Courtney, and it's spelled Kortni, which is completely different. But I don't know, this one I just can't do for some reason.
Did she do that or did your parents do
Probably.
that?
My sister, my
Yeah.
mom did it
Oh,
because her take on it was Courtney looks like the word country written out.
Oh.
So that's why she spelled it differently. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
So based off this marketing job that was announced, this girl Jenny got it. And Amber was kind of like making a joke about the whole situation. She was totally fine with how Tiffany presented it. And she was saying how Morgan and Kristyn are now on her shit list. And she said that the clothing line is kind of like a thing where maybe Tiffany should buy all of her clothes and wipe her, ass with it.
fine. I finally figured out the Felicia thing because I didn't even comment it on last week, but they say like bye Felicia. Like I'm like, who is Felicia? There's no Felicia here. But it's just a saying now. Like they say if they want them to get out. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
If
no,
I
I
hate
heard
you,
it.
and you'll say bye Felicia, like just get out of my face. Like
And that comes from...
we don't know.
Oh, so you're just wondering.
It's just like a girl diss.
It's just
like,
a-
bye, Felicia.
Yeah. Like
Unless something happened and like producers edited it out and we have no idea
Yeah.
what they're talking about. That could be the case too.
but then they say bye Felicia and they like tap their weave. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, I missed
So-
that.
Do that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, bye, Felicia.
Like Morgan did it and Tiffany did it. Amber did it at one point. So it is like a thing, I guess,
Does
there.
Felicia Day have a weave?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. That's the only Felicia I could think of that maybe they're ripping on.
I don't know.
Well, did you guys think that they're a little too harsh on the girls, especially with Amber's comments about the clothing line, how Tiffany should buy everything and wipe it?
Do you mean, were they too harsh when Tiffany herself said anything goes at this party?
Yes,
Then
exactly.
anything
That
does
whole
not
attitude.
go, where
Oh.
nudity can occur on the boat, where
Mm-hmm.
Amber's getting nude all the time, flashing everybody. But then if you're wearing a bikini that's not approved, that doesn't go. Is she being too harsh?
Let's get into
It's
that.
a double
A
standard.
little bit.
That was so ridiculous to the point where I don't even know what to say about it.
So their behavior is ridiculous. We're coming to that conclusion, yeah?
Yeah.
That Tiffany's.
Tiffany's, right.
Yeah.
The veterans to the new girls. So, Scott, off your point, Party Cove, crazy party they had for the new marketing, I don't know, what is it, marketing job? Is that what they're celebrating?
I guess.
I guess they do it every year. I don't know. It's kind of like an
They
annual
throw
thing.
cards into the ocean at people.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they're
they
kind of
throw
promoting the
flyers.
business.
Okay.
Yeah, it seemed like a big promotion or something like that.
Right. And do you guys think that it was wrong of the girls to make their own bikinis?
Well, it sounds like they weren't given a uniform to wear for the promotion. I mean,
Which is strange, first of all.
that I totally agree. I'm like, why don't they have bikini uniforms for Big Tips Texas? Or why wouldn't they wear like a t-shirt, promoting what's going on? And so I don't blame them for wearing these bathing suits because nobody told them what to wear.
All right, I'm going to go. I know we're not supposed to do this to the end, but I'm just going to make a prediction right here and now. Being that I'm in the marketing field also and I do the promotion modeling stuff, to me, it's very weird, to your point, Jen, that they wouldn't have branded uniforms. Every marketing group knows that if you're going to promote a product, you need to be branded. So if Tiffany and Jenny didn't come up with that, I think there's going to be a firing in the future. And maybe Kristyn will get the job.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
I could see that.
Yeah, there's no banner on the boat for the bar.
Some of the boats were painted though. They had like race boats.
Right, but where they all are, it should be the attraction.
Yeah, with the girls.
Banners, there should be shirts. There should be not flyers handed out in the water. Like that's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
they are the face of the company.
Yeah.
And they're handing out paper that's gonna get wet and ruined. Like, it's a terrible idea. There's no shots. There's no drinks that they're sponsoring, or they have their minnow shots there. Anything that you walk away and you know about their brand, like as what you're saying. And yeah, if they're wearing bikinis there, I mean, they weren't. If they were handing out flyers for her brand of clothing and advertising that specifically, yeah, that's a big no-no. But she's just wearing it. It's just a conversation piece at that point.
So it's okay by you, Scott. Those bikinis were fine if you were Typhani.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate because I definitely think that the bikinis were a little sneaky, little let me get back at you kind of thing, which we all know it was like that. But at the same time, Typhani made herself look so ridiculous by calling her out. It was like, oh, like, what are you guys wearing? You know, and just so cocky about it and annoying. But, you know, I don't know. It's hard because you could go either way with it. I think they were both wrong. But the bathing suits, you can barely argue that because it's just a bathing suit.
So, McKenzie, if you were Typhani, would you be okay with it? Would you let them wear
I
those
wouldn't
bathing
be
suits?
okay with it, but I would have never said anything right there and then.
So you would have reprimanded them maybe another day in the bar?
I would have, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, pull them aside after the promotional event and say, this is not appropriate. This is not in line with our brand and what we're doing. And we'll discuss it later. But in the meantime, go out there and pass out all these flyers and bring people in.
That's weird.
The only
That's
reason
weird. You wouldn't yell at everybody in front of the public. You wouldn't just scold them.
Yeah.
You would take them aside in a
sarcasm, right?
Oh.
See, I would.
All right, that works for you.
If I was Typhani, though, there would never have been a problem with the bathing suits ever at all in the first place, if she wasn't already mad at her about going to Tinker's house, the last episode. You know what I mean? Oh. So there wouldn't have been an issue if there wasn't already a feud there. But it is Tiffany's fault, and I mean, obviously the new manager's fault that there wasn't bathing suits provided for them. But, like, do you get where I'm going with that?
It's a marketing event.
It is
needs
a
to be
marketing
uniform.
event.
It does, but
They showed later in the episode where they're checking uniforms. They're seeing how everybody's dressed and making sure it's all appropriate.
it was just a power thing, though, I think.
But I don't think that she would have necessarily not said anything even if they didn't have the beef beforehand.
See, I do.
Right.
I think as a great boss, like Jen was saying, which you honestly would be a great boss based on your response. Scott, come on.
Treat people with respect. I don't know.
No, but I think what the smart thing to do is in a professional situation, tell them to do their job, do it good, and then we'll talk about it later.
I will say, in Tiffany's defense, I really did like her bikini on the
I
boat.
did too.
It was
yeah.
so pretty. And I was also, and now that we're talking about this more, I was also thinking, well, where's your promotional material? Why aren't you wearing anything that's promoting the company? But you do have a really cute bikini top. I was really impressed.
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
I
was
loved
really
it.
cute.
I mean, the knee, what were you talking about?
The strap around, the extra strap that was around her.
Yeah, and she had like
Tiffany?
these like kind of sequins, but they were a little classier than sequins, and like,
Like
I don't know,
rhinestones,
they just
kind
look,
of.
yeah, they just looked really nice.
They're all pretty stylish when they want to be.
Yeah.
Even if they're wearing nothing, right?
Yeah.
But I do have to actually admit something, you guys. So in our first episode, you know, we got to the nitty gritty and we had a lot of people comment on our YouTube. And somebody had mentioned that this was in the news a while ago. Like Redneck Heaven was in the news. And I did some digging because then I'm like, oh my God, wait a second. A light bulb went off. I had actually reported on this story for when I was working for Pop Stop TV, and I found the video.
No.
And I remember this story because the girls were only wearing like body paint.
No.
And then they got in trouble. Yeah, but so people complained, like other customers that came to the store complained, or the restaurant, I should say.
Yeah, and isn't that also a health code violation in
I
a
mean,
restaurant?
Yeah, I don't know. For
I
the
don't
most
know.
part,
I
it
guess
should
depends
be.
on what you do at the restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you hand make
Exactly.
guacamole there, then yeah, probably.
you're making the food.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were body painted. They didn't wear clothes at all, and so it was a big issue. And they changed I think the state rules and regulations or the counties, and so now they have to wear clothing, but it's still bare minimum. But I thought it was so funny because I'm like, I remember this story. It just clicked.
That is.
It
too
was all
funny.
over the media. This was like a few months ago, like back in like I want to say May or
Wow.
April. Yeah.
I know we're supposed to do this at the end of the show, but I have a prediction now.
Ooh,
This is
I like
Jenny,
this.
the marketing exec that's been hired. That was her idea.
Oh.
That's what I said.
To do what?
To just body paint.
Yeah.
Do you think this was filmed before that all went down?
See, that's what I was.
And
trying
then
to
they
figure out.
faked her coming in? Because technically, by what we're seeing on TV, this should have happened after all of that ensued because they're wearing clothes now. Before they weren't wearing clothes. So do you think Jenny got hired and then they made it look like she just was brought in on this
Yes.
episode?
Yes.
That's a really good point. I think she came in for like, to just diffuse the situation and try and, get this restaurant on the straight and narrow because clearly like, I mean, just those girls walking around with body paint in a bar. I mean, that's like, I just would think you're putting yourself in jeopardy. I mean,
Would you let your husband go there if you're married or if you are married one day? Would you let your husband or wife go to a place like that?
Well, that's like saying, would you let your husband go to a strip club, right?
I mean, pretty much, except they're not giving you lap dances, right? Or kind of.
Yeah. I think
Sometimes they
do.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
Amber sure would.
I would let my husband go because, I trust him and we have a great relationship, but I know he would go and totally gawk. I mean, that's what men do. I mean, but like, yeah, exactly. You hear me. And so, but I just,
There's a man gawking in here.
I know.
Who is it?
But I think he'd also feel a little uncomfortable, like
Hopefully.
just like all these nude women like walking around. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, some of them want to get on the right track because Amber and Sabrina went to visit UT of Arlington. So they're both planning on hopefully pursuing higher education or finding husbands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One is doing one and one is doing the other.
Yes.
Can we just
They
talk,
have they're in hopes of different degrees.
Yeah.
can we just talk about when they met the college boys? So Sabrina was nice, gave a handshake you don't normally do, but oh my gosh, why did Amber go for a hug? It just made it so awkward and like, I don't know.
I don't know. Amber is so funny. She just has the most randomest quotes and says the most like outlandish things that I'm not surprised that she was like, oh, give me a hug. Like, I don't handshake, I hug. Like, she's like one of those type of people.
Yeah.
I would love her right away though, if I was them.
See, I wouldn't.
No?
Mm-mm.
You don't like people hugging you? You're
I
not
don't,
okay with that?
no, I like when people hug me, but it's just kind of like, oh, let me hug you because I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm too good for that. Or like, I don't know. Maybe
You
I
think
thought,
that's what she's saying?
Maybe I thought too much into that, huh?
I don't know. It depends.
know.
It's what you're getting off her. I think she's just a ball of energy and a ball of fun, like you're saying, Jen. And I'd be totally cool with that. I mean, what if it was National Hug Day? No? Still no?
No.
What about you, Scott? Would you let Amber hug you?
I don't think I'd have a choice. She's
Yeah,
pretty big.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
wouldn't not let her hug me.
She might take you down. We already saw it happen once.
Yeah, she's tough. I don't know. I mean, it was clear that she hugged these guys because she thought they were really cute.
Well, because she's there for an MRS degree.
That's right. And
So
she said,
she's got to start hugging all the guys, She's
I don't know if that's the best way of going about it, of trying to find a good husband. It doesn't also seem like she wants a guy.
she wants all the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not ready to settle down yet.
No, not at all. Because as she also said, another quote was, "I'm smart when I want to be."
That's right.
Yes.
I
And
was
then the whole sign language
I was
thing.
so surprised about that.
Wow.
I think sign language, like, that's really hard. I don't know. I mean, that's hard, and it takes a lot of time to learn that and practice it. And
It's a language.
yeah, I mean, I give her a lot of credit for that.
I mean, it's definitely hard. I think that learning any language is probably hard.
Yeah.
But to the way she was acting about it, it's like she wouldn't stop talking about it for like 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
I know sign
Yeah.
language and I'm smart because of it. Like she had to prove something.
And I went to the school of, and I don't know.
Of American Sign Language.
Yeah.
But
ASL.
she's smart when she wants to be. It's like, well, then you should always be smart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't turn off.
I did start, I like Amber more this episode. I think
I wanna
She's
see the
growing on us.
sliding
Yeah, she
scale
is.
of how people are ranked and rated.
she's growing on me.
on Mackenzie's scale.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a bad. That's not good.
That's a confusing scale. She doesn't even know what
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It's the McKenzie scale. So it is different.
I guess you
Right.
could call it that.
Yeah.
That's
funny.
a topic of the week every week.
Well, speaking of someone who does have the smarts, Sabrina also is at this college visit, and she speaks with an advisor. And the advisor tells her it's going to be like, what, $36,000? But I was thinking that, maybe this girl can apply for a scholarship. If she's smart enough to go to Harvard Law School, which is huge anyways, then you should be smart enough to maybe get a full ride. You never know.
Yeah, and with the story she was telling about where she came from,
Right.
and that's what inspired her to want to become an attorney. Like, I guess she grew up in a really hard knock life area and was surrounded by gangs. I mean, I think that would be a great story to then get some scholarships and then talk about that into your story when you apply to Harvard Law. I mean, it's just like somebody changing their life around. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think so.
I
too.
agree. I think her story's so unique. Just the fact that she said she saw friends pretty much in court about to face jail and they were defenseless because their attorneys were horrible. And that she wants to make a difference and help people and give them a voice. I thought that was awesome. And if she could put that into words on
I think
paper,
she would get in a heartbeat.
I agree. That's an interesting story. I would
I
read
think so,
that.
too.
She is so determined to get this degree, and I love that about her. I think she's an inspiration, I would
Right.
say.
And what breaks my heart is the fact that her sister Bella goes into the bar and asks for grocery
I
money.
know, right? Ugh.
Yeah, but she kept saying in this whole episode that she's like, I have to take care of him. Like, I make the money. Like, what am I supposed to do?
And then Amber came over and said, "You have to say no," and she was like, "I can't."
Yeah, I mean,
Which
I
was
get
sad.
that. That's hard. I mean, it's like her family, they need to eat, and I would imagine they all live together.
They do. But
Yeah.
the thing is,
So
they have so
much.
many siblings. Why can't they all pitch in? That doesn't make sense to me, that they can
Yeah,
all
they
get
should all
jobs.
Yeah.
You can work at
That's what she
McDonald's
should
at like,
say.
what, 14, 13, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
There's plenty of jobs to get. Yeah, it's not, you're not telling them no. It's make your own opportunity. Go get your own job.
Right. I
There's
think
gonna
there's
be
definitely alternatives.
so much hate built up against her family.
Oh, I thought you and them, like if they were gonna get on the list, and just like I'm gonna hate them so much. by the
After
end of
this
it.
whole
Right.
thing, I'm gonna hate them. But no, I think, Sabrina's just gonna start hating her family. Well, she's probably
She's
not
going to
hate
become
them, but
resentful.
very resentful. I definitely think, which is sad. But
I think more so if she doesn't get to go to school, she'll be resentful
Yes.
in that sense. Because I think right now it's just about providing and like being there in a rough situation, but it's going to be resentful if it like, stops her from pursuing what she wants, kind of thing. You know. Also, what I wanted to talk to you guys about was the ranch visit with Cotton,
well,
our
what
favorite.
about the new girl? Because she was there.
Well, she was there, yeah. So we can talk about that. So they all went to the ranch, right? Morgan's granddaddy's ranch.
Cotton.
Cotton, yeah. They all hung out.
and Mimi, the new girl that just joined this.
So what did you
episode.
think of Mimi, Mackenzie? Is she on your good list?
It's like Santa Claus with a good bad
I did like Mimi at first. She reminded me of somebody I know. But
Is this a good person
Yeah.
that you know or a bad person?
Good, bad.
I'll tell you later.
Old friend?
The guy gawking in the room right now.
No.
Somebody in the room in general?
No. No, I thought she was cute. She was good. It was just sad. Like, even when they were all at the bar and everything, everybody just teamed up on her. She was a tiny little tiny thing. 4'10", what was she?
4'10".
Yeah, 410.
And I don't know, I just thought it was sad. She just had to defend herself the whole time, which anybody would have done.
You guys, one is 4'10" and one is 4'11". It's Mimi and
Macy
Macy.
is the
Macy.
taller one.
So Macy's 4'11" and Mimi's 4'10".
Yes.
Interesting.
Macy at the ranch knows how to handle a gun. I mean, talk about someone who you
Yes.
want in your corner if, like, it gets real and,
Yeah.
comes to gunfights, because she was knocking out all those watermelons like left and right. I was impressed.
Scott even said she's gonna fall back, and I'm like, I think so too.
I was so sure the way that she was squatting with
Yeah.
the rifle and shooting from a distance that I thought you need to put a knee down because the kickback will knock her over.
Yeah.
It didn't. And she was hitting all of her targets.
That was
She's
funny.
a sharpshooter.
Yeah, see, these are the little scenes I like because we get to see, a little sneak peek into their culture and where they come from and how they're living, right? Speaking of that, let's talk about the dip-in.
Oh my
You guys.
gosh.
Fat lips, like not even just put a little dip in. It was like,
It was like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Leno and chins all around.
it was so big.
I can't believe it.
I was shocked by that. Have any of you guys ever dipped before?
No.
No, I
Yeah,
have.
but you have it right now. Please don't. Your
Yeah.
cup is full of dip juice.
Oh, yeah, you guys, wait.
I've dipped once before when I was very young and we were all just really stupid and it tastes good for the little bit. It tastes kind of sweet, but then afterwards it's just gross. But I mean, the little dips we had were probably like that big. This girl had like a chunk, like baseball player type dip.
So for the listener, you had like what? Like a size of a coin, basically?
Like the size of a dime, yes. Like the size of a dime. And it probably lasted for a minute.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how many times did you do this?
Probably once or twice.
Oh, wow.
Like
Did
in
you get
high
sick?
school.
Did you swallow the juice
No,
like the
thank
thing?
God. No.
I have friends that have done it and do it back home, and it's funny. It's just funny to watch. I don't know. I used to babysit for a guy that did dip, and I would just see like water bottles like full of like the stuff all over the house.
That's
Yeah.
so gross.
It was really gross.
Another gross thing, you guys, was the worm that Macy
I
ate.
wasn't that surprised.
No, you weren't surprised because of what, Mackenzie?
Because,
What
well,
did we see?
two things. Because my friend from my soccer team ate a worm once at practice.
So you weren't surprised that someone else would do it?
No, I wasn't.
This worm was like really tiny. I mean, when I think
I
of
knew
worms,
I knew somebody that ate a big one.
like you think of the ones that come out after the rain, you know? Oh my gosh.
Earthworms.
It was really
Yeah.
tiny.
Oh.
But what
Earthworms.
did you think I was going to say?
Well, I mean, she swallowed a minnow shot in the bar.
Yes.
The first episode. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the girl, I guess it wasn't really hazing for her because she's used to that.
Yeah.
If she'll go up and pick up, like, a ground worm. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Clearly not making enough money to get like pork or chicken or beef.
Yeah.
She needs to
Having
fill her
eat
belly up somehow.
worms and
She would do great on Survivor, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, she would be awesome.
She should apply.
She'd be
Yeah.
looking forward to all the stuff to eat. She's like, this is way better than what I get at home.
She is a little firecracker. I love her. I think she might be like one of my favorite because she's so funny, isn't she?
For now, she is.
Her
For
and
now.
Macy her and Mimi are so awesome together. We got to nickname them M&M because that's who they are. They're just like M and oh, they're so cute.
I do love them together. They are adorable.
But you were still grossed out by the worm even after the dip? Like, isn't the dip way worse?
I think they're both nasty, but I'd rather do dip than eat a worm because I hate bugs and insects. They're like my pet peeve and fear.
Spiders.
All
just
in
kill
one.
me.
Yeah, like the other day I saw like a bug on my wall and I was like, oh my god, ew. But now I've gotten the courage to actually like kill it with like a piece of tissue and just put it down the toilet. But before, when I was a kid, I used to always like scream for my parents. Come on, like I don't know what to do.
Oh, I can't do that. at all.
Yeah. Well, Morgan described that action as country versus nasty. So I think she was calling Macy, a little nasty.
Yeah.
But that's why I love Morgan because she's like the glam country girl of the group, even though she does like
Besides, she
to get
farted in the
down.
car.
Yeah, in a sense,
And
but
she
she's
picks up
like,
poop with her hands.
Oh yeah.
Yet another thing is like, well, where's the scale here? What's
you're right. Yeah, the scale's a little messed up, but I think out of most of the girls, like she's, gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, she is beautiful and knows how to do her makeup.
She's
like I said
very
last time.
sensitive though.
Mhm.
We have to
she
point
is
that out.
sensitive.
Very
She's a
sensitive.
girly girl, but she also knows how to hang with the guys.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I mean, that was interesting. So Mimi was with them at the ranch, and there was kind of an issue with her in the bar later in the episode because she made a comment when Morgan's boyfriend came into the bar.
He wasn't looking
Chance.
that great.
And she
For
was
a
like,
comment on
interested.
him.
I know. Well, comparison to the guys coming into the bar. you
Yes,
guys. Come on.
yes.
To even set up before that, Mimi was the newest of the new girls, and everybody already said they hate her.
Yeah.
Because she's the newest of the new. And even the new girls said that they didn't like her.
Yeah,
So
that
they
was
don't
so.
even introduce themselves, they don't get to know her, they just immediately hate her.
I wrote that down really big because I thought that was weird that she walked in and Morgan And all of them were saying, I just hate new girls. Now we're going to haze them. It's going to be so fun. Like, last episode, you were those girls. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Typhani literally said some girls get messed with more than others, especially the pretty ones. And she's the manager. This is what I mean. This is why I don't like her as a manager.
No.
Saying
Yeah.
that hazing to see if they can to last and to tough it out. It's like that shouldn't be happening at all.
yeah.
You're the manager. Yeah, none of this should be happening. But at least Macy was cool about it, and they hit it off right away and became friends. And she wasn't vindictive. She wasn't mean to her.
Well, Macy's all she's got because they're like the same height. You know, I mean, everybody else is like, what, 5-6 inches taller than them? I mean, oh, wow.
So now, Mimi says, you know, a comment about the boyfriends. Kristyn overhears, plays redneck telephone, tells a few of the girls. Amber's now siding with Morgan, which, surprise, surprise, we never thought would happen until, like, maybe a later episode. And drama goes down when they all go out to have a chill night, relax, and hang out with each other at the bar.
Yeah, but you knew that wasn't going to be a chill night. You know,
was just
whenever,
gonna say
whenever
that.
those shows get together, they're like, we're just going to get together and have a real good time and let everything go.
The
Yeah,
alcohol
right.
will settle
Yeah.
us. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. Kumbaya, you know? No way. No way. So, yeah. No, I felt, you know, in Mimi's defense, when she saw Chance walk in the bar, all she said was, wow, he's really good looking. And that's all she
But
said.
all she really said was, I love a cowboy.
Yeah.
Like a guy with tattoos and cowboy boots on. I love that. She didn't even say, she was implying him, but she didn't even say, oh, Chance, like that's Morgan's boyfriend. He's so hot.
Would you be okay with that, though?
No, I wouldn't be. But
So, what point are you trying to prove?
I'm really not trying to prove one, I guess.
So you're taking her side, but yet if it was you in that situation, you wouldn't be okay with it.
I'm not taking her side, but it was sneaky and annoying.
Yeah, I'm not
It
taking her
was.
side either because at first when she said that, I thought, oh, she's just, you know, being nice and she didn't know.
But do we really have to attack her? And literally, she was jumped. Like,
Oh, she
even said
totally
that.
was.
Like,
Yeah. And then Amber's like, you weren't jumped. She was like in her wastedness, but yeah, she was totally jumped.
See, the problem is these girls don't know their boundaries, and I think that Mimi wasn't afraid to step up to the plate and kind of get back in their face. She's not that type of girl that wants to take that shit, you know? So she was going to stand up for herself, which honestly I admire because I don't think anyone should let someone attack them like that.
I thought,
But with those girls, you know it's going to get physical at the end.
Yeah, but then I also, you know, at the end of the fight, I was looking and I was like, where's Macy? Why didn't she jump in and like help out her friend Mimi?
because you know Macy's not that kind of person. She is definitely a fly on the wall. Definitely doesn't have.
She doesn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers.
No,
She had
she's
a rifle up in the tower.
Yeah.
She had the scope on there, so she had her back. And she was really bad.
Yeah, if it
I
got
don't.
real.
I think she doesn't. She's not siding with anybody. I don't think she ever will. I think she's just her in her own little world.
So then is she really a true friend to Mimi? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so. I think the only loyal people here are Kristyn and Morgan
Yeah.
to each other.
I agree.
Because, I mean, look, they both left the boat together at Party Cove. You know, they were like, you girls, we don't want you to lose your jobs, but we're going to leave and step out of the situation. And you know what? Morgan didn't have to go. That's her friend, though. And she was like, you know what? I'm in this with you, and I'm going to go. So there's only two that are pretty much loyal.
What would you guys have done? Would you have left or taken off the bathing suit?
They're not going
Or
to
the
fire
trunks.
you, please. They're the best part of the show.
I would have been like, I'll trade tops with you, Tiffany. Because Tiffany's
right.
top was awesome.
But I don't even know if it was the top that was the problem. It was the bottom, because the bottom was the branded part. And they were like, you need to not be promoting your line, you know, while we're doing this for our restaurant, whatever. But, I mean, hey, the restaurant's logo is pretty much restaurant, bar, sports, and mischief, and that holds true.
Yes.
Right? But, yeah, I mean, this last bit with the whole boyfriend thing and them getting in the cat fight at the bar, I mean, they also love to incorporate social media in the show and hashtag, redneck threesome?
Yeah.
Okay. Never heard that one before, but it was good.
I thought that was good too. Yeah.
And then all these guys in the corner taking pictures. I loved that. They're like, we've
Videotaping.
never seen this before.
That was, I assure you, that was video. That wasn't still.
That was not
Oh,
the
it's
pictures.
probably a little bit of both. We should go on Instagram and see what's hashtagged with that. You know, I want to see what kind of pictures come up.
That would be
I'm a little
funny.
nervous though.
Well, Mimi swung and hit Amber before they went to the ground. Like,
She
she
grabbed
threw a
her.
punch and hit her in the face, which
Yeah, she's a
scrappy.
scrapper. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. She definitely is.
So Sabrina did say, I want to get the girls out and get them all together so we can clear up this telephone tag or whatever it was. But I just don't understand why nobody is smart enough to just say, just together talking and just say, did you say this? Did you not say it? What did you say? Like, why are they so immature? Like, I don't get that. I don't understand.
You know what? In this episode, Amber had said to Tiffany on the Party Cove boat, get rid of Kristyn and Morgan and it will all go away, as in the drama. But I tend to disagree with that because clearly it's not just between Morgan and Kristyn. Like, now there's Mimi drama. I mean, there's always going to be something.
Amber made herself so heard and seen in the whole situation, and it wasn't even about her.
No, I mean,
Nothing.
when we were watching it, we thought she was going to drop that shot glass all over her.
no, she would never.
It was
waste a
Morgan's
drink.
boyfriend.
She
Wha-
would never waste a drink.
That's a good point.
That's true.
But it was Morgan's boyfriend, so why? I mean,
And then Morgan outside, when one of those girls was having a smoke, was like, I'm done. I'm over it. Like, let's move on. But all the other girls, they really wanted to go after Mimi. I think they just needed an excuse to go after her.
Definitely.
they always do.
They
though.
always need an excuse. But because of this excuse, it was now Amber's, getaway to make amends with Morgan.
I knew she wanted.
I think
to.
she secretly always just wanted to be this girl's friend and just hated her because she's pretty and she's new. Obviously, 'cause she's a veteran. But this was like her perfect way to get in and, break that,
Yeah.
I don't know, the drama.
In the most
Try and make up.
backhanded way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
Yeah.
that, I hated you, I hate you, I don't like you, but I don't like this more. Like, okay, well, do you want to be my friend now? Because
Yeah.
it sounds
And
like
then they
you found
hugged.
someone else that you hate more.
They hugged.
And then she said, I let my anger and hatred, I let it up for now. It's like,
And
well,
we're gonna
let it
focus
go.
on Mimi.
Yeah.
Poor girl. She's like walking all alone by herself. I
Tiny,
feel
tiny
bad.
little.
But then,
short
she,
thing.
she punched I'm totally
Cone.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
She kicked the
Punched,
cone.
she was like, boom. I let out all that aggression.
Well, she picked on someone her own size.
Yeah. So I wrote down this. Yeah, that's true.
Street cone,
I
yeah.
wrote down a question. So who would win the fight, Mimi or Morgan? Gabby, what do you think?
Oh, Morgan.
Ooh.
Because it's really Morgan's boyfriend and Mimi, so they should really hash it out.
Well, we never really saw Morgan fight in that first episode. Like, she kind of got a little violent with Amber, but she didn't really do anything crazy physical like this episode. And, I mean, I've only seen Mimi's wrestling skills, Scott. So I'm going to go with Mimi.
Yeah,
about
Mimi
you?
swung right away. She didn't wait. When in the other episode, Morgan backed up. Like, they would get close, and then she would talk trash, and then walk away. Mimi didn't wait. She just, as soon as she felt threatened, she punched, and then they went to the ground.
Well,
So I think she
because
would.
I think Morgan's a little bit bigger than, not bigger physically, but, more mature than Mimi is. But I definitely think Morgan would win. I wouldn't even second guess that for some reason.
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like Mimi would win. I feel like Morgan's got she's got a lot of composure to her, has a lot of class, and I don't think she's a fighter. But Mimi, she looks like a fighter because she has to, because she's so short.
But it would just be like little arms flailing and nails. I don't think she could get very far. I see Morgan as like a freak. Like, she really could wreck somebody.
Oh, that's true.
I do for some
Size
reason.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily.
I don't know. I don't know. In this case, I think it does.
Well, we have 3 Mimis and 1 Morgan. So you guys, please comment
Yes.
and rate us. Let us know what team you're on and who you think would win a fight. And while you're doing that, go on iTunes and check out Serial Buddies. It is a comedy drama with Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek. I'm like stuttering all over the place tonight. All our favorite people at AfterBuzz, including a bunch of really funny celebrities that you guys have seen, like Kathy.
Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, Kathy Lee Gifford.
I'm in it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Mackenzie, why didn't you ever do the plug then?
Oh, I don't know.
So tell us about it, McKenzie.
It's awesome. It's so funny. You have to watch it. I don't even think I could do it.
What role did you play in it?
I just had a few little extra parts. It's when I first met Kevin and Maria a few years ago. I faint with a lollipop.
Oh.
And I sit with a clown on top of in a room full of people. So, but yeah, you'll have to watch because
I can't wait.
Yeah,
That
You
is
gotta
so
watch it.
exciting.
Awesome.
It's good.
So
I don't
that's
wanna
more
give it away.
incentive now. So you guys watch Serial Buddies, then comment on our iTunes, rate it, and also rate McKenzie.
Yeah, see how I did? I was 14 maybe, I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And look at her now. Now she's ruling AfterBuzz and hosting. Love it. Well, good for you. And you guys, so make sure to do that. It keeps our lights on, and we want to hear if you guys like the movie.
I love it.
All right. So I want to go into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right. So something I found, which kind of ruined it for me when we saw tonight's episode, was the fact that Amber has Morgan's back finally. So HollywoodLife.com actually put out a statement that Amber had said about the duo. I'm going to read it to you word for word so we get everything correct here. Yeah. I was actually really surprised because I didn't think that they would make amends. And then when I saw tonight's episode, I'm like, oh, okay, now she likes her again.
So when was this said?
So this was posted, I think, on either the 13th or the 7th. I forget.
Okay.
But it's on HollywoodLife.com. So this is what she says. Amber tells us, still, we're a sisterhood. I may hate Morgan sometimes, but if we're out of the bar and someone else talks shit to her, I'll always have her back. She said most of the fights are pretty intense. So I guess that, she is going to have the capability this season to have Morgan's back more often. I mean, there is a chance that she'll go back to her old ways of hating her, but it seems like maybe there will be more of a friendship here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking that.
I hope so. I think they would be a really funny duo to see.
Team up together.
Yeah. I think they'd be so funny because, Amber's just so off the wall and out there, and Morgan's a little more reserved, so it would be interesting to see those two.
Right, and Morgan's still a cool chick, so I think that they'd bring a good combination together, for sure. So also, PETA has a petition up on their website, guys, of course, and they're asking, they're politely urging people to contact Redneck Heaven and ask them to stop serving that particular special, and guess what that is?
The minnow
The
shot.
minnow shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's, they
yeah.
don't like animal abuse and anything that has to do with eating animals or
Swimming
wearing
in your
animals.
Well, what about the 30 rib joints that are probably near it in Texas or all the other, barbecue places?
But
or
we're not
other-
showcasing that on TV and making money off of it. It's different.
Yeah, I'm sure so many people have tried it. I can
it's a
only
special.
imagine. No, but even at home,
A minnow shot?
I think.
Like they saw it on TV and was like, ooh, I'm going to go try that.
That's
They
so
go
gross.
I know
full
people
minnow
that
shot
that
and
would
then-
do that. Yeah, I think I do.
Oh my God, I'm never moving to Texas.
At this point, Mackenzie, you have a lot of strange friends that you
I
mentioned
know.
on the
I
show.
keep saying that. I hope none of them watch it because they'll.
We want to meet these friends.
Are
I'll
any
have
of
to
you
bring
gonna
them all
sign-
in.
Yeah.
Are any of you going to sign this petition?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Whatever. In human nature, it's like the circle of life, pretty much. Like things need to die.
They're
things
still
need-
gonna-
the
we're
food
not
chain.
chewing them.
Not Lion King, my bad. Things need to be, eaten,
Well,
and it
there's a
goes
little
around
bit of
full
that, too.
circle.
I mean, we do have that to keep procreating.
But they're not chewing
Yeah.
them, so technically they're still alive and they're swimming around until.
I think you're thinking
that's
of
disgusting.
cartoons the way that it works. with Tom
They're
and
gonna
Jerry.
die right away once you eat them.
Yeah.
So my last bit is there was a sneak peek episode, and that was ranked #1 in original cable series in the time slot. So for the time slot, and that was reported by TV by the Numbers. So I guess the show's not doing too bad with marketing and publicity, and it seems like all these websites are writing news up about them. It was on Fox News, Huffington Post, all these major websites. So
Wow.
it seems like they're getting a lot of media attention.
I like it. I like this show a lot.
I
If they
agree.
were going to cancel the show and they said the only way to save it is if you do a minnow shot.
I would do it.
I would
You
do
do
it.
it?
I would totally do it in a heartbeat.
No, maybe I would.
I
Now
would
that
let one of
think
you
it
guys
going
take
down.
one for the team. That's what I would do.
Would
All
you
right.
do it?
Do it.
Do it.
All right. There's a minnow in here. Don't worry.
We'll bring you a minnow next episode, and you'll have to do it in front of everybody.
Oh,
Great.
a goldfish, a beta fish.
Yeah.
That's what we have. That's all we
That's
have.
dangerous.
That's all we have.
What are you making
That
a
might be kind of
tuna.
hard to swallow.
Yeah, right. The little. All right.
Maybe
anyway.
that'll be the season finale.
Oh,
my
Scott.
God.
Scott just
Prediction.
I
No,
said
no, no.
we.
Oh, us.
Oh my God, you're reading my mind. Thank you, Steve. Predictions, guys. My favorite part. What do you think is going to happen in the upcoming episodes?
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think that Morgan will get a proposal from her boyfriend.
Ooh, I like that.
That's what I'm putting my money on.
I like that too. What about you?
I think that Sabrina will stand up to her family. Finally. I really do. I think she's going to put her foot down.
I think that Cotton will meet up with the other girl's grandmother, and they'll get together. The girl from last week.
Good. Kristyn.
Yes.
Kristen's grandmother.
I think Morgan is going to run into some more disabled horses. And no, I'm just kidding. I love her. And Kristyn is going to feel the heat for spreading rumors about what Mimi said.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with everything you guys said. Great predictions. So
Go team.
Yeah, go team. I guess we're gonna have to see and find out. So all you AfterBuzz fans, make sure to tune into us again next week. Also, if you haven't actually watched the show, it's on MTV and it airs 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big Tips, Texas, you guys. MTV. Ooh. So everyone, let us know where we can find you at.
You can find me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can watch me on AfterBuzz TV with Gabby right before this show on WWE Main Event.
Right.
You can find me at McKenzie Fayne on Twitter, and I am on Bar Rescue on Monday nights with Kevin and Phil.
You can find me on Twitter at Jen LaForte, and you can also find me here at Big Tips, Texas.
Woo! Yes. I'm Gabrielle Loren, your host. You could find me on Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren, Instagram GabbyLO87, and I'm also hosting WWE Main Event with Scott, like he mentioned, as well as Basketball Wives for VH1. All right, guys, until next time, have some minnow shots, I guess.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Tell us how they are.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Minnow you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.